Good morning, good life. Welcome back to the channel. It's time to rectify the fact that you're probably writing a few things down that you've written 100 times. Okay, maybe we haven't had like a New Year's resolution time 100 times yet. We're too young for that. We go over these goals and we realize I still want the same things. Why is this not happening yet? Here's the positive. You're already ahead of the game by being very clear about what you want. We just need to figure out what's in the way that's keeping it from coming to you. In this video, we're going to identify why you have not been receiving the things that you have been consistently wanting for your life. And I'm also going to discuss 3 daily mindset habits that are going to help you actually make it happen. Have you ever had that feeling when you write something down that instantly makes you go to the pit in your stomach or to a negative place? Just envision a goal that made you think, oh, but it's gonna be hard. I haven't been able to do it so far, so it's really not likely. Or it makes you think of someone in your life that has a negative thought process around that goal. No matter how much you want something, if you internally are not on board with it fully, energetically, willing to take on the journey no matter what, there's going to be a conflict, and it's going to keep you from taking the necessary steps as they present themselves. And we're not just wishing upon a star here. We want to actually make amazing things happen in our lives, and we want to have a hand in it. That feels good. So in order to co-create it, we've got to be completely and totally energetically on board. The reason why something hasn't happened for you yet is because the thought of it is triggering something negative in you that you have not rectified yet. Probably the easiest example here is money. Whether you have a family who thinks that wanting more money is greedy, or you have debt that makes you feel really guilty all the time, and so more money doesn't make you feel good, it makes you feel like it's this thing you have to do, otherwise things will go wrong. When you see the word money, if that's your goal, and it makes you feel those negative things, you have to have worked that out in order for a goal that revolves around money to be energetically positive for you. So if you're in the midst of writing your goals right now, or if you're thinking of a goal that you're a little bit afraid of, and you know it's because there's negative emotions tied to it, like step 0 of the 3 mindset habits here is to address it immediately and say, maybe this isn't the right goal for me, or if it is, I need to understand where the negativity is coming from me in order to move forward with it. So there's going to be some pre-inner work that has to happen. The confidence and belief in yourself that you do not have yet is 100% a factor. If you genuinely don't believe you can lose the weight, you don't believe you can make the money, you don't believe you can get to a debt-free situation, you don't believe you can find the love of your life, you don't believe those things actually are real because of what other people have told you, then you are not there with that goal yet. I literally just spit. That's how excited I am right now. Excited in a bad way, apparently. But the really great news about beliefs is that they're just thoughts on repeat. So we need to find the thoughts on repeat that need adjusting. And if there are thoughts on repeat, the replay happening in your mind that is keeping you from seeing a goal through, and that frustrates you, and you think, wait, what? This is all my fault? Yes, ma'am. If the thought on repeat is keeping you from that, then that's what we work on. So let's talk about the 3 mindset habits that I think are going to break down some of those limiting beliefs for you so that you can get closer to the goals you want happening in your life. The 3 steps are as follows: aspire, align, and assign. Let's start with aspire. In order for you to actually get what you want, you have to know with great clarity what you want, and you need to focus on that desire. New Year's resolutions get us every time because we write 100 things down. And it's like, these are all the things I want in my love life. These are all the things that I want in my career. These are all the things I want for my kids. These are all the things I want for my body. And then we have a laundry list of tasks that are actually huge projects that take a long time to come to fruition that don't get checked off ever. Here's how I think of it. I know that a goal is going to be the right one if first, I know I'm energetically 100% with it, or at least let's get to 80, 90%. Okay, you can have your doubts, you're human, but if we're not really there, like if that happens, amazing. If you don't have that, it's not gonna work. But you also need to have that with 1, maybe 2 things. How do you know what to focus on? Let's say you do have a list of 10 things and you're like, I don't know, I can't decide. I just want it all. Totally understand. We all want it all. If there was 1 or 2 things on that list that if you were in pursuit of them or they were complete, would make the rest of the list pretty seamlessly fall into place, which one would it be? This is how you figure out where to focus your desire. When you know that there's, let's say, one big career move you could make make that would help make the rest of life work so much more seamlessly, you don't need to focus on 10 goals. You focus on the one, and you do whatever is humanly possible in your own right to make it cross the finish line to the best of your ability. And even if your goal is so big that you don't hit it, but you do 3x what you've ever done in your life, that goal was a huge success. The focus comes from seeing, what is it that actually makes me happy? What is it that I actually want my life to look like? What is it that would actually fill my cup? And saying, there's probably one or two things that if executed well would help make everything so much better. So now you've aspired to something specific. You're gonna stay focused on it. You're not gonna let yourself get distracted. You've got other responsibilities, but everything else goes to this one, maybe two things. Now we need to align with it. Like I said before, if it hasn't been working up until this point, you have not believed in it. So we need to start thinking the things that are going to contribute to you getting energetically on board. I want you to come up with something that I like to call a downstream thought. So imagine you're in a canoe. You have nothing but your own power of your muscles to move you, in addition to a stream that's already heading in a certain direction. You get in your canoe and you begin to paddle, and you're gonna start going with the stream. And you're gonna hope that because you decided to get into this boat, that water is gonna help you make some progress here. And it will, in that downstream direction. We're in the boat, we got our goal, and we're headed downstream, but then somebody says something to you like, why are you doing that? That's so silly. But they're behind you, they're not downstream, they're upstream. So you try to paddle back to them and say, well, here's why. I mean, it's a great idea, and now you're defending yourself, and now you're doing too much, and now you're adding to this process that is taking away from you getting downstream quicker. If you had a thought that you could think whenever somebody tells you that your goal is silly or that that's a waste of your time, then maybe you could stop paying attention to them whenever they speak and you continue your journey downstream. Every time we choose to do something that goes against the belief that your goals can happen, we're choosing to paddle upstream, which is exhausting. I don't know if you've tried it. It might be part of someone's challenge and some other kind of goal in a literal sense, but not mine, because I don't do boating. But what I do is try to reach for the things that I want. And when I'm presented with negative feedback, or when I'm presented with the thought that this is really hard, I don't know if I can do it, I need to find a downstream thought to keep me focused and stay going in the right direction. We're all constantly entertaining reasons to go upstream because of the world that we live in, the atmosphere, the people around us, the challenges we see, the social feed that is showing you downstream as possible, but you're choosing to take it as upstream feedback that you're not capable and everyone else is better than you. That's not what's happening. That's a choice you're making to think that. You can't just write a list of goals. You need to be on board with something that gets you so excited that internal motivation continues to bubble up. And then when it's not bubbling up when you need it, you have to activate the tools that are gonna help bring it back. And that is what I'm talking about with this alignment. What are those downstream thoughts that keep you going in the easier, better, correct direction? And is it always gonna be easy? No. You're still gonna hit a rock on the way down, and you're gonna have to level out, and you're still gonna have a storm that comes, and it's gonna be challenging, but the downstream thoughts keep you going in the right direction. And the right direction is what makes you make progress. And what we need is progress, not perfection, not a silver platter delivery. I don't know who gets a silver platter on their boat, but like that sounds like my kind of boat. You've agreed to aspire to something focused. You've agreed to align with that focus, that it's worth it for you. And now we need to assign. This is by far and away one of the most challenging parts of this process, especially for us women. Not only do we want to have it all, we think we can do it all. And so we try really hard. And it hurts. Like literally, it's bad for mental health, it's bad for physical health, it's bad for relational health because we try to do it all. When it's time to assign, that means flexing the ability to ask. To make an ask is a really big deal. And you might not think so because you have seen so many people ask you for things. Like everyone else has such an easy time with asking, it must not be that hard. The hard way is the way I've been doing it, handling it myself. Well, you're right, it is the hard way. And we're choosing to go that direction. But if we were in full faith of what we chose, and in total alignment with it, then we should be able to ask for the help when we need it. And asking for the help can be really simple. Asking for the help can just be assigning to the universe a simple task as to how to get closer to the goal that you want. So for instance, if it has something to do with money, maybe it's that you need a good client to come to you soon. So you just ask, like, it would be great to have an aligned client come into my business very soon. If you're struggling with your relationship with your partner, then maybe you're just gonna ask, show me how I can get on the same page as my partner. Show me how. The simplest things, the most generic things. But we're so busy defending ourselves going upstream that we don't even think to ask because we're just grinding it out. And what I know for sure, which took me a long time to learn, is that we cannot do it all ourselves. We do need help. We don't always need to ask a physical person, and actually, a lot of the times we do and we just don't. Ask a physical person, it'd be great. But we also sometimes just need to ask the universe, how do I make it easier today to see the possibility in what I want for my life? How do I make this fun today? How can I show up as the person I want to be? And the reality of all of this, all of these steps, all of the mindset, all of what's happening is that the goals are just these little milestone hows that we get so hyper-focused on when the truth of the matter is that we actually mostly care about the person that we're becoming. So if you're struggling with, I don't even know what I want, I don't even know how to get focused because my list is so all over the place or I don't have one at all, then instead just ask yourself and potentially ask the universe, who am I trying to become? Because that's going to point out a lot to you that you will be so energetically on board with when you say what you're gonna do today. And that you believe it's worth doing those things, you believe it's worth going the extra mile, you believe it's worth waking up a little bit earlier, you believe all of these things are worth it because of who that person is going to be for you.